It's crept up on us, step by step, while we're watching the game shows and celebrity world. They don't care if it's this religion or this political belief or whatever it is, as long as you believe something powerfully, then they got you. Global warming! Swine flu! The economy! I don't look like her! I don't look like him! Constant reasons to fear. And while we're doing that, over here, the world is being orchestrated.
A person who was demoralized is unable to assess true information. The facts tell nothing to him. Even if I shower him with information, with authentic proof, with documents, with pictures, even if I take him by force to the Soviet Union and show him concentration camp, he will refuse to believe it until he is going to receive a kick in his fat bottom. When a military boot crashes then he will understand, but not before that. That's the tragic of the situation of demoralization.
Destabilizing us chemically through food and drink, rewiring the body genetically through genetically modified food. What they're doing to the kids, the drugs, mobile phones and all this microwave soup that we now live in, microchips especially. Some of the things you do when you follow your intuition are seen as, oh, I think I'm possibly an example of this, are seen as crazy and mad and lunatic, and not anymore. One of the main reasons that people are now looking at my books and what I'm saying in a vastly greater number than ever before is because so many of the things that I've written about over the years are now happening.
The problem is the belief system has been entrenched in the public's mind for more than 60 years. So when one wants to add fact into a belief system that does not dovetail neatly and comfortably into that belief system, the human response is to reject the fact rather than realign the belief system. In psychological terms, that's called cognitive dissonance. We simply can't package something that doesn't sit well for us, makes us feel too uncomfortable, and may keep us up at night.
You take one mask off, you put another mask on. And because it's a different mask, we think it's a different administration, we think controlled by different forces. So what they need to do to take the superpower America out is they need to destroy it militarily and they need to destroy it financially. And it is going down the pan so fast. They are throwing this crap at us, and if they don't meet significant resistance, they go, okay, we'll throw even more crap. The financial crash was orchestrated on purpose by deregulating, and it's possible to do that because the Rothschilds and their associated families and groups control the world financial system. They're moving trillions of dollars around, so they decide if the stock market goes up or it goes down.
Perhaps the most startling thing that I can share with you is that all of the conspiracy theories that you've ever heard about one world government, about the UN takeover of the world, all of those conspiracies have now been laid to rest. There's nothing conspiratorial about it. It's all published. Here it is. It's called Agenda 21.
What you know you can't explain, but you feel it. You felt it your entire life. That there's something wrong with the world. You don't know what it is, but it's there, like a splinter in your mind. The Matrix is everywhere. It is all around us. Even now, in this very room. You can see it when you look out your window, or when you turn on your television. You can feel it when you go to work, when you go to church, when you pay your taxes. It is the world that has been pulled over your eyes to blind you from the truth.
What truth?
That you are a slave, Neo. Like everyone else, you were born into bondage. Born into a prison that you cannot smell or taste or touch. A prison for your mind. Take the blue pill. The story ends. You wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want to believe. You take the red pill. You stay in Wonderland. And I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes.
It's over. It's unsustainable and in rapid decline. That's why we implement demand destruction. We continue to make money as the world burns. But for this to work, the people have to remain ignorant of the problem until it's too late. That's why we have triggers in place. 9/11, 7/7, WMDs. A population in a permanent state of fear does not ask questions. Our desire for war becomes its desire. A willing sacrifice. You see? Fear is justification. Fear is control. Fear is money.
Now, let's get some sanity into this. The idea is to destroy America, to use America to destroy America. Why? Because when you want a world government dictatorship, you cannot have any superpowers that have the military and financial might to say no to what you're saying must happen. Free our minds from the fake, fraudulent, false flag terrorist events created by the same control system that then tells you how the world must change to save us from the terrorism that they had covertly created. You know, and if people are going, whoa, okay, what? Just stick with me, because the layers will go on.
They're laughing at you. They're not laughing with you.
Fine.
For me, watching that, I find it really painful to hear an audience laugh at anyone. There was something so powerful for me in watching what you were saying. It resonated true with me, and for people to laugh hurt me greatly.
That's what life's about, standing up for what you believe in and taking the abuse and doing the best you can with it. But standing up and being counted is important.
What life tends to do is hide its greatest gifts and present them as your worst nightmare. The mass ridicule that I had as a result of the Wogan show set me free of the prison that most people live in, which is the fear of what other people think. You're looking at the person who has gone on national television and radio in Britain, America, and talked about the fact that the elite families, including the royal family, are beyond the 5 sense level of their apparent human body, not human as we would perceive human. And they seem to take on that level beyond human sight a reptilian form. Now, if you are in any way in fear of what other people think of you, no way, Jose, are you going to start talking and writing about those things. Let me say this.
They're laughing at you. They're not laughing with you.
Fine.
Laughing at you. They're not laughing with you. They're not laughing with you.
Fine. Towards when you go through your life and you look back, if you have followed your intuitive feelings, you'll see that what appears to be individual experiences become like a road that's leading you into a certain direction. The books that I've written so far, and it's kind of funny, when I look through them and have a look again, I'm always amazed that I ever produced them. One of the main reasons that people are now looking at my books and what I'm saying in a vastly greater number than ever before is because so many of the things that I've written about over the years are now happening. You ever heard that phrase, everyone knows that, mate? Well, why does everyone know that? Well, it's because this system is controlled by what I call repeaters. They're people in the situations of power and influence who just repeat what someone else tells them. A doctor is repeating what they were told at medical school and what the drug companies tell them. You've got teachers who repeat what they learned in their exams and what they learned at teacher training college, and they repeat that to the next generation. And the great repeaters are what pass for journalists. The fact is, they don't know what's happening. They know nothing. I tell you what they've told me is going on, and I deliver it as if I know what's going on and it's really true. I've got a clue if it's true, but they tell me, and they wouldn't lie, would they? I mean, would Tony Blair lie about what's really happening? Would George Bush? Please, I'm a journalist, trust me. It's merely propaganda that they have told me and I tell you. David Icke, BBC, ITN, CNN, CBS, Sky News.
The general public have been turned into basically zombies.
Pesticides and GMOs, chemtrails, and God only knows. Founding fathers, if we let you down, disillusioned and can't be found.
People need to get out of that river in Egypt. They need to get out of denial very, very quickly, because your children are being poisoned, you're being poisoned. Your children are being indoctrinated and programmed and turned into software programs at school. You're being poisoned in the air. You've been poisoned from the sky, poisoned in your food, poisoned in your water, poisoned by vaccines. I mean, how bad does it have to get before people in vast, vast numbers realize that the world ain't like they thought it was? Because if they don't realize soon, then we are up the Swanee in need, very much need of a paddle. When I started researching the nature of this Orwellian manipulation, it became clear that there are a network of interbreeding bloodlines, what I call and what they call themselves the Illuminati, which comes from the illuminated ones, have come through history. And as people began to reject overt, in-your-face dictatorship, they became the people who ran the system. You can look at the Bush family, and they are absolutely Illuminati. As presidents of the United States go, Father George Bush, I mean not the idiot's son, but Father George Bush is higher in the Illuminati than most of them. The British royal family are one of the Illuminati bloodlines. It's all about genetics to these people. She was brought into the web merely to be the vehicle to give birth to William. You look at Charles and you look at William, and there's very much a resemblance. But when you look at Harry,